Welcome back to another edition of the Beaver Sports Show. I'm Geoff Lowe.
I'm Brian Reese.
And I'm Jake McGrady. And first, let's take a look at men's basketball. Oregon State's 14-game Gill Coliseum winning streak was snapped, but the Beavers gave number 9 Utah all it could handle on Thursday night in a 47-37 setback before a vocal crowd of 6,124. The Beavs had won their first 14 home games this season before Thursday. The Utes captured their 5th game in a row to remain in the chase for the Pac-12 regular season title. Utah led 16-14 at halftime, and the Beavers drew within 24-22 on a three-pointer by Olaf Schaftenar, but Utah's Dakari Tucker answered with a three-pointer on the end for a 27-22 lead. Malcolm DeVivier had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block to lead the Beavers. Malcolm DeVivier had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block to lead the Beavers. Junior center Daniel Gomez added 7 points, but the Beavers struggled offensively against a tough Ute defense and were able to hold their second lowest scoring total of the season. The Beavers had just 4 turnovers overall and none in the second half. Utah out-rebounded the Beavs 33-25 and had 20 points off the bench to OSU's 6. OSU battled the Utes toe-to-toe for much of the night, holding them to a season low in scoring. However, the Utes heated up and pulled away midway through the second half to secure the win. All right, guys, that was the first tough loss at home at Gill, but we did get the bounce back against Colorado.
Persevered, yeah.
So what do you guys think of the men's basketball team this season? Winding down, got a big road trip, and then one more home game, Civil War. What do you guys think?
I think overall you got to be pretty happy about the Beavers. I mean, no one really thought we'd win 17 games. I certainly didn't think we'd have. I mean, we were picked to finish last in the Pac-12. I don't think really anybody saw this coming, so I think we should all be pretty psyched.
Well, yeah, we also have we have had the most wins at Gill ever.
Yeah.
Never had that. So that makes it 15 now, which is a record. Hopefully we can take this and take it into that road trip. They have a big game against Stanford.
Yeah.
If they have any shot at making the tournament, I think they have to win at Stanford, who, they're already in the tournament.
Yeah.
You have to beat a team.
We got to win a game on the road for once.
Exactly.
Win a Pac-12 game on the road.
Yeah.
It never happens, and we got to win one on the road.
Yeah.
Got to win at Stanford or at Cal this week.
Yep.
I think Stanford's. If we don't beat Stanford, there's no way getting that tournament.
I agree with that. Stanford's a tournament caliber team. Stanford made a run last year in the tournament. A win over Stanford's a resume booster, and it kind of shows that you can, hang with the big boys a little bit to a certain extent.
Exactly, and then obviously the Civil War.
Oh, it's a big one.
That's
gonna be fun.
Final game.
That is gonna be fun.
That's not even just for tournament or anything. That's just
student body.
That's bragging rights.
Yeah,
this is like the year. I feel like this Civil War is so much to get Wayne his first duck win. I feel like he'll understand
at home.
Culture.
Oh yeah, Wayne will get it. Wayne will have him prepared.
One loss at home so far.
To Utah, who's a top 10 team.
Exactly.
And who the Ducks did beat.
I know.
Exactly. And Utah, honestly, I think they can take the conference. Won their only loss at home to the conference champions, possibly. Can't. That does not hurt at all.
Think of Darrell Wright's little brother, DeLon.
Honestly, didn't even notice them too much, but so obviously that means something.
That's true. So going into we're discussing the Pac-12. Where do you see the Pac-12 tournament? The Vegas tournament, bright lights, Wayne's first appearance
in Vegas. I want to say the Beavers will show up, but I don't know how they're gonna do because
it's tough to say.
We really only see the Beavers winning Gill, and
True.
Granted, it will be a neutral site, so it will be a little different. And I got to think the Beavers come out and win at least one game in the tournament. At least I hope.
Well, the only tournaments they played in were in the beginning of the year, and they fared pretty decently actually in those tournaments.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can take that. I think they need to. If they win at Oregon, they take that momentum. I'm hoping they can take that, at least get a couple wins in the tournament, and if no March Madness tournament, NIT, huge. Wayne Tinkle taking them from what were they last place in conference last year?
Yeah,
dead
last of the NIT is great for Tinkle. And in Tinkle's first year, where he's got 4 or 5 walk-ons, he had to go scout kids at Dixon to go get them to walk onto the team. That's amazing. It's nothing short. Nothing short of amazing. How do you think
that would be to get approached by Wayne?
Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
In a pickup game, be
Play,
have you ever thought about
trying on? Oh, it'd be awesome.
Just that presence, looking up, I'm like, okay. I don't think you can say no to him, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
to edge out the basketball conversation, I know we're all a little biased here, but would you say, you think? Would you say as of right now, hands down, Coach of the Year, Wayne Tinkle?
Ooh.
Conference?
I'm saying
national?
National. With what he's done, I don't know the exact numbers, but I looked at the numbers. He's turned a team that was like 229th in defense and everything, and we're up in the 50s now.
I don't know if I give it to him. I don't think he would.
Conference.
Yeah, I'd go conference without a doubt.
I just don't think Oregon State has the national recognition to get that.
We are in Corvallis, Oregon. People aren't really looking at us up here.
Thanks to his pits, we did get on Sports Nation.
That's very true. You know, he's very well noticed from that.
He's getting very.
We're getting some run.
We're getting some media run for Wayne's sweating.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I'll take it.
No press is bad.
No press is bad press.
Bad press, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's all we got for men's basketball. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to do hashtag.
Let's do it. All right, welcome back. Let's get into a little hashtag game. Brian, got your first time on the desk, first time for a little hashtag game.
I'm excited.
Have a little fun here. All right.
He's already ready to lose.
All prepared. All right, so last Thursday was the trade deadline in the NBA. Lot of activity, a lot of big moves, a lot of moves going on. But the biggest one, Goran Dragic got traded to the Miami Heat. Wanted out of Phoenix. Didn't like the organization. Wanted to be the lone ball handler on a team. Give me a hashtag for the Dragic trade to the Heat.
So I'm gonna go a little throwback to a little memory. You know, as a kid, we all watched a certain TV show that references Goran Dragic, the Dragon. So I'm gonna go hashtag Dragic's Tales, Season 1, Episode 1. The start of it, it's a new take in Miami. When he left, you knew it was sort of like a long time coming. They got Isaiah, Bledsoe, and it's kind of like
very crowded
backcourt.
Not room for all of that in the backcourt. So I didn't think it was gonna happen this soon, but I kind of knew that at least he wanted out. Isaiah
Bledsoe wanted out too. Bledsoe was holding out all summer. Yeah. Didn't really want to sign with the Suns.
Exactly.
Yes, it was a very crowded backcourt.
Fresh start. I think what better acquisition can you get at the Heat? They weren't too strong at the position, so I think it's a fresh start. He's gonna ball out. Garbage.
Solid take there, Brian. What you got?
Well, I was wondering what Suns were even thinking from the beginning, signing Isaiah Thomas, because you already got Dragic and Bledsoe, who both are 6'3" or shorter.
Yeah.
You got enough point guards. You don't have. I think their only center was Alex Len,
and I think Plumlee.
Yeah.
Who's kind of a tweener.
Really like 6'9", 6'10".
He's really a tweener.
Not really a big body. He's not going to get a lot of. He does get rebounds, but it's just not got a big paint presence.
Right.
So I've put hashtag don't know what you got until it's Goran, because I think he was the most improved player. Is that what they got last year?
Third
team All-NBA last year. He's the type of player that you almost want to start building your team around.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran. Now you have neither him nor Isaiah Thomas.
Thomas got traded to the Celtics.
So you say you'd rather build around Goran than Bledsoe?
Yeah. I think so.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Both are supremely talented.
Who proved themselves? Goran did. And now you're kind of just letting them go. And really, you got a couple first rounders and that you let them go. And so I think they're going to truly miss him. I think he's the type of guy that you try to build around.
Solid hashtags from both of you. I am going to give it to Brian. Little bit of it's first time out. I'll give him.
Yeah, it was.
It's a solid first take. We'll give it to him. He had good entrance. He had good backstory to why he had the hashtag there. Give him the point. All right, 1-0 Brian. Moving on. Marshawn Lynch is trademarking the phrase "I'm just here so I don't get fined." He's trying to trademark the phrase "I'm just here so I don't get fined." He coined it at Super Bowl Media Days this year. Give us a hashtag for that. Brian, we'll start with you because you won. When you're done writing.
So, I don't know if any of you guys watched the Conan show where they had their little Mortal Kombat exhibition between him and Gronk. But during it, he mentioned, because I think it was Conan mentioned
Lipitor.
Lipitor. Gets paid for doing it.
Yeah.
And then You gotta do hashtag I like your style though, man, because that's exactly what Marshawn said. And you know, it's a business. You know, he's losing money because of the NFL fining him.
Yep.
He's making a plan. He actually might make some money. So I gotta say, I like his style.
I like it. Jake, you got a rebuttal?
Not too much. This is kind of made on the fly, but you know, I've been vibing out to some music lately, so I'm gonna go hashtag Drake. If you're reading this, it's too late because, you know, Marshawn, you know, the phrase is out there. It's too late. I don't think it's possible to trademark that. Everyone said it so much, so mostly just shout out to Drake.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Brian. I'm not a big Drake fan. You kind of lost it. You kind of lost it with Drake, and
I honestly had no idea what.
I like that. The Conan thing made me laugh. So because it's 2-0 already, you might be thinking, oh, Brian's got the win. I'm host. I'm gonna make some changes here. 3 points. Jake, if you get it, you got a chance to win. Brian, if you win, you just annihilate Jake, and it's 5-0. So point of pride here. All right. Final hashtag here. Pacquiao versus Mayweather, the so-called fight of the century, is finally happening 7 years too late. Nonetheless, I think we're all pretty excited to see it. It finally happened. The build-up's been off the charts. Give a hashtag for Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Brian, we'll go Brian first. Brian, you got the lead.
I'm gonna go hashtag about damn time. Aren't I right, Beaver Nation? I mean, this has been something that's been going on for a long, long time.
A long time.
And everyone's getting tired of waiting for it, so it's about damn time.
I like it.
I feel it. So, as of what Brian said, we're all looking forward to it. Everyone's been waiting for it. It's been hyped in the media. It's on, it's off.
Everybody's
it's
wanted it.
It's this date. They need this much money. But honestly, at this point, 38 years old, 36, over the hill, it's not really something that I think is going to live up to expectations unless Manny gets the win. So I'm thinking all we're looking forward to is hashtag Expendables 4. So if you guys know what the Expendables are, it's a movie of, I'm not going to go washed up.
Oh no, it's washed
never mind.
up guys.
It's washed up old guys in ridiculous action. There's been 3 movies and they dragged it on. So I think this is going to be hashtag Expendables 4
I bet they got a real Expendables 4 coming.
Oh, I would not doubt if they have 3 more slated, but Expendables 4, it's going to be fun, but over the hill.
Sylvester Stallone at like 70 years old.
Sylvester Stallone, like, yeah, like 70 out there.
You got Arnold, yeah.
So it's going to be Floyd Manny.
You know, you both came strong on the last one. Jake, I really like Expendables 4. I'm going with Brian. Why? He repped Beaver Nation. He's got the damn in there. Expendables 4, I feel like he put more creativity into that.
I have been robbed. Blatantly robbed on the last hashtag.
Nonetheless, we need to move on. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to do a little pro talk. A little pro talk, yeah. Talk a little bit about the NBA and the trade deadline. So, come on back. Welcome back. Let's get into a little pro talk now, guys.
That's part of the show.
The NFL Combine was this past weekend, and
some interesting show outs, but you know,
a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about the Beavers first. You know, we are the Beaver Sports Show. Let's break down our Beavers.
3 looks in the Combine.
Yeah, you got Steven Nelson, Obum,
Steven,
and Big Sean Mannion. Big Sean was being Big Sean, ran a 5.1 4.40.
Slowest of the quarterbacks in the Combine, but you know, as someone did like to point out, Tom Brady's was slower.
Are you comparing Tom Brady to Sean Mannion? Is this a Beaver Sports Show first? No. Good, because I don't think we can agree with that.
No. I'm not going that far with it.
Yeah, I think Sean, if he gets on the right team, right quarterback ahead of him, learn a lot.
Some mentoring, you know, he's into it.
You know, he's always had a good accuracy in a cannon.
He's had an excellent accuracy.
Yeah.
I am not as high on Sean Mannion as either of you two.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying he's going to be one of the greats, but
No, I agree. Like, I see what you're saying, but like, my thing is Mannion just locks on to receivers, and you saw it 2 years ago when he had Brandon Cooks. When teams, like, I will point out the Arizona State game. Arizona State bracketed Brandon Cooks and put him on double coverage. Mannion forced every throw, and you could tell Mannion was so rattled. He just didn't know what to do after Cooks got taken away. He couldn't go to his second read, and he just refused to make his second reads. And that's something that's not, you know, it's not going to do any good. Yeah. It's not going to do you any good in the NFL. And he did it last year too when he didn't have Cooks. You know, so that's just kind of my thing with Mannion.
We'll see where he goes. I mean, I think someone's going to take that. I think
someone will take Mannion.
He'll get
Yeah,
taken,
he'll be
I think
taken.
he's
Oh, yeah,
gonna
for
get
sure.
taken higher than people think. With
Oh,
the
yeah,
risk-
they
the
have-
risk of it.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of say it all depends on the team. Mannion's a bit of a project where you can take him, you can sit him on your bench for 3-4 years. Hopefully it kind of develops, you know, maybe like a Denver or something. Denver kind of in a later round says, okay, you can sit with Peyton, sit behind Peyton
Yeah, that'd
Manning.
actually be a great mentor
You know?
for him. Same kind of style.
Go to
He can't really
Denver,
move too well.
go to New England or something.
He won the Manning quarterback camp.
He did.
Peyton loves him, you know.
Peyton's a
That'd
fan.
be actually. I'd be stoked on that actually.
Yeah, little more talk about the NFL Combine here. Who you got, Winston or Mariota?
I was just going to go into that. The quarterback comparison of the year. I'm going to go number 1, Jameis, just because immediate impact. And, after this combine, it is said that after the testing, they said that he may have one of the highest
football IQs
that they've ever seen, and they only pretty much compared him to Peyton Manning.
Very high praise for
I think it's
Jameis.
a stretch, uber high praise for Jameis, but, with all the distractions behind him, if he can really lock down and get rid of the extracurricular, just trouble.
You look like you got something to say, Brian.
Let's hear it.
I just also I'm not a big fan of him, but
I didn't say I was a fan. I just respect
his relentless to win and his passion
Definitely.
for no one else really liked him. Not many people liked him. I can't come across, but if you talk to his teammates, all the interviews, every single one, he's a leader. He is, and that's exactly what you look for in a quarterback. He's the number 1 person, not even in just football, sports, just people look at quarterback as your leader.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, Jameis only lost 1 game in college, which is, pretty amazing.
Considering all the stuff,
everything that we went through, he lost 1 game.
Yeah, when he was on the field, he locked in, and that's honestly what you look for.
Jameis can just put everything out of his mind.
That's not saying Mariota can't do that, but let's be honest, he was the God-given, quarterback. Had no criticism, nothing against him, perfect school. Not saying he's
well, and now
he's gonna be good.
Everybody's starting to sit down and now kind of pick apart Mariota in this game, and I think
now that he's out of the Oregon bubble,
exactly.
And
I really think Mariota has to go to the Eagles. He's got to go to the Eagles. If he doesn't, I think he won't. I can't tell. I think if he goes to the Eagles, I think if he goes to the Eagles, for sure he's gonna have a long career and be solid. It's just I don't see him going to a Tennessee, or if he goes to the Jets, he's done. He's done if he goes to the Jets. That is the New York Jets.
I also think if he goes somewhere other than the Eagles, you're not going to see the immediate impact what Jameis can bring.
Right.
I think he's more of a project than what Jameis would be.
Jameis is much more pro-ready right now.
Right now, just because their style of offense is what they've done, I honestly think that Winston's is more immediate impact than Mariota is right now.
Same, Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin comparison, where it's the flashy upside or the solid the solid elite quarterback that's going to have the impact.
It's pro style versus spread is what it still comes down to.
I do think Mariota is going to be more successful. I mean, Robert Griffin's hard to compare to him because it's plagued
been
by
injuries
and coaching situations.
He had a good rookie year, and it's been nothing but bad news for him.
They do have, it's the same playing style.
I gotta say, if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you should take Leonard Williams at the first pick. I'm just gonna put that out there. Leonard Williams is gonna dominate in the NFL.
How hilarious would that be if the draft just gets shooken with a number?
Leonard Williams should go number 1 overall. I won't get too far into Leonard Williams, but he's a man-child. If you haven't watched Leonard Williams play, watch him play. All right, let's move on to the NBA. NBA trade deadline. Blazers made a couple moves. A lot of moves going on Thursday. 76ers trying to tank like they usually do, getting rid of your one player who's actually Michael Carter-Williams was basically traded because he's winning games for the Sixers.
If we're gonna talk about that, that was the one pick that just just made my jaw drop. You're rookie of the year. You're already at a pure rebuilding phase. The fans are fed up. The players are fed up.
I don't even know if the fans are fed up. I just think I just don't think anybody cares.
They just don't.
Which is sad because Philadelphia's always been known for a huge sports town.
It's a great sports city.
And I'm not saying I'm a fan of Philadelphia in any way of sports, but sad to see. That was great, but you're just starting all over again.
It makes no sense. They got nothing out of it but more. I mean,
but picks. All they want is draft picks.
It's basically the Philadelphia pick day, but how much farther are you gonna have to go with a rebuilding and banking on picks? You won the lottery with the Michael.
Michael.
You're not gonna find too many point guards out there 6'6".
And can pass like that.
And did you see Jason Kidd had a little quote that says we're gonna try to turn him into Magic Johnson?
That's very
Okay,
high praise.
Okay, Jason, sit down.
Pretty.
I think, well, I mean,
yeah, I kind of laughed at that one.
Yeah.
It's just,
Jason Kidd's definitely the right coach for Michael Carter Williams.
Yes, he
You know,
is.
Jay Kidd came in, couldn't really shoot, but he could facilitate and kind of score in other ways. He'll be a good coach for him.
And when you're looking at it, the Bucks have got some upside. They're on
very,
Jabari comes back. You got Michael Carter, Jabari. You know, Brandon Knight's gone, but
Antetokounmpo, I'll try to.
The Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak.
Yeah.
I probably butchered it, nonetheless.
Whatever,
But they
exactly.
definitely got some pieces there.
That's right, yeah.
What's your opinion on? I know you guys are both big Blazer fans. Getting Aaron
Very big.
Aflalo, got rid of Tommy Robb and
Speaking
Claver.
of Thomas Robinson, a little side note.
Got picked up by the Sixers.
Yep, he almost got, you know, they got the 10-day contract with the Brooklyn Nets, but he was claimed off of waivers by Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I think he was pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
But
I was bummed to see Robinson go, but then again,
super bummed.
it's a business.
Right.
You're playing behind LaMarcus Aldridge, who's considered at least top 3 power forward.
Oh
in the
yeah,
league.
easily.
And you got Lopez, Kaman, Freeland, Leonard's playing very well. Those are
As of 4 months ago, Leonard
Hey,
would have been traded at the
Myers Leonard is my guy. I have been driving the Myers Leonard
Geoff likes to
bandwagon.
claim that he's been on the bandwagon, even though he mentioned
You
it
can
once.
check the tape. I have been driving the Myers Leonard bandwagon since last year.
Not hating it because I'm loving me some Myers right now, but I think we're in a great place. At first, you know, I was skeptical, but because I was fully going into it expecting to lose Barton
Yeah.
and Thomas for Wilson Chandler.
I thought it was going to be Wilson.
The Aflalo pickup came, you know, out of left field, but
And I'm actually looking at it. I'm actually happier with
way
it.
more happy.
Yeah.
Because
Personality-wise, clean cut. Not to say, you know, Wilson Chandler has had his troubles in the past. I'm not gonna, you know, delve into
Sugarcoat it.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but you know, Aflalo, there's literally nothing wrong with him.
well, what I like about it is Aflalo came into the league known as a defensive player. Like that's what he's known. But now he's developed himself into where he can score a lot of points for you.
Yeah,
And-
Aflalo's a great guy to have off your bench if, you know, Batum or, you know, Wes Matthews or Damian is not having a good night. Aflalo can come off your bench, give you 15 to 20, hit a couple threes, and hit him in big
Exactly.
spots. He's a veteran. He's played in some big playoff games. He knows how to win.
You can
For
also,
the most part.
you can also guard the best player.
He can, yeah.
You can. And then they also got Alonzo G, which, I mean, no one really knows much about him.
But
I was looking at his stats for Denver. He only played like 14 minutes, but he also came in and shot 50%, shot 42% behind the three-point line. He comes in and does his job. Like, does what he needs to
when you
do.
look at it, who would you rather have on the bench, G or Claver? Which we didn't also mention, but Claver was dealt in that deal too. But
Yeah.
who cares?
I mean, Claver never played.
Never.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think a lot of people have said this is the final push to put us into an actual contender.
So then, all right, going off that, do you think the Blazers have enough to get to the NBA Finals? Colin Cowherd picked the Portland Trail Blazers to come out of the West. He picked Dallas and Portland in the Western Conference Finals. What do you guys think?
I'm not going to go with Dallas. I mean,
I honestly think it's Memphis and Portland.
I'm kind of with you on Memphis, too.
I honestly
I'm on the
think
Memphis bandwagon.
Memphis has proven year after year with that they will go in 7 games against them. How rough they play and just
And you know, it'll be 4 games in the Grindhouse in Memphis. That's a tough place to play. Zebo, everybody.
Talking about the West, you know, not to be a biased Portland fan, but with this pickup, I honestly do think, you know, granted LaMarcus is, now it's thumbs, you know. He was out last game because of a sprained right thumb, and it was his left thumb that he had the injury in, so I think it's more precaution, but if he takes it easy, doesn't re-aggravate, we got, you know, even an 80...
There's no taking it easy, though.
No, that's what I was going to say. Even
The West is ridiculous.
An 80% LaMarcus is better than almost any, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Almost, yeah.
addition you can have to a team. So
Portland has to be all in right now. You've got to
that's
make
what
your
the
push.
Aflalo trade was.
You know, especially for Aldridge is coming up. Aldridge will be a free agent. I think it's a good sign for the
it's
front
like
office.
A push for him, honestly.
For in a little bit, it's the front office saying, all right,
As you
LaMarcus,
said,
we're gonna go for we're gonna build the team for you. You know, put us on your back, take us to the top, take us to the championship.
That's if you watch the last game, they lost to Memphis,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even super bummed because they were playing without LaMarcus, and they only lost by 6. And they had 2 different stints where they didn't score for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
With LaMarcus, that's not happening.
Oh, of course.
And so
Of course not.
it definitely makes me confident in that, but I definitely think it's gonna be. I think Western Conference Finals comes down to Portland and Memphis.
I didn't speak on it earlier, but to end on a little more somber but honoring note, I'm wearing the red and black RIP Jerome Kersey
Sad day for the Blazers.
Super sad, super unexpected.
Yeah.
It was hard to take, but
that was very unexpected.
Basically meant the world. He was, he's the team ambassador this year. He was out doing stuff the day before with the news for an event.
Yeah, I know Kersey was a big. I mean, obviously I'm not from Portland, but I know Kersey was a big part of.
Even Kobe, everyone
Exactly.
was
big
shocked.
Impact around the league. So rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, that will do it for the Beaver Sports Show tonight.
Sure.
I am Geoff Lowe.
I'm Brian Reese.
And I'm Jake McGrady.
Have a good one. By the way, LA Kings are making the playoffs, James.
I don't have paper.